Alrighty guys, good to have you back on another video of NieR Reincarnation. And today we have the SINoALICE crossover summons live. So let's go over the characters first, then we talk about the banners, and after that I'm doing one poll. Okay, so be excited for that. Saryu first, Fabled Witch. She's the best water support in the game, okay? Hands down the best water support in the game, and the only reason for that is pretty much her character skill. But let's look at her stats first. Respectable stats for a support unit, so I think in the future we see more of these, having good stats while being awesome supports on characters, so to make them more viable in the current meta. And this Saryu is the best water support in the game we have, because the character skill, it's a sea gauge. This is the first thing. This is pretty huge. You probably can double CS her character skill before you enter knockdown. I'm not quite sure, don't quote me on that, but it's a possibility with a proper skill rotation. And it reads increase all allies attack by 20% for 60 seconds. These 60 seconds. This is so huge, I can't stress that enough. She increases all allies water damage by 25% for 60 seconds, and also reduce the skill cooldown time of all allies, not only herself, but on all allies by 20% when own affinity is water. So that actually means she speeds up your skill cooldowns after you have used everything, buffs your team again, and you're after that able to cast the weapon skills faster. I mean, this is so huge. This is such a good unit for water teams in subjugation. The best water support we have in the game. But not only her character skill is awesome, she has pretty good abilities as well. The first ability is Assault, all allies critical rate up by 10%. I mean, what a good support unit on a very good support. What a good support ability on a very good support unit. Giving everyone more crit rate is awesome. Then she has some kind of arena stuff going on here with Soldier, all allies agility up by 20%. So she gives crit rate. This is good for PvP. She gives agility. This is permanent agility. You can stack that with timed agility. And then her third passive is actually Valiance, giving everyone 10% attack up for 60 seconds as well. Good for PvP, but also for PvE. You can stack that attack up with shorter durations of attack up from weapon skills. So this unit is the best water support in the game and has some good PvP capabilities as well. Her debris is 10% agility up, also good for PvP. So if you want a pretty good water support unit and you like Fractured Argo, we don't have any more units actually. We have Fox from the Persona 5 Royal crossover, was a handout, and we have Abstract Theo as a water support. But yeah, those three, they are not even close to Fabled Witch, the SINoALICE Saryu here. Let's look at her weapon real quick. Both weapon skills are pretty useless. 40% times 5, and it has a Bold Vigor effect that increases your damage up to 20%. This is pretty much nothing in the current meta, and it has a Blitz. This is 55% times 4. Yeah, not really good. I mean, this weapon skill has 14 seconds cooldown. This has 18 seconds. 18 seconds is too long for being a good CDR main hand weapon. The passives are pretty good for a Rusher, Liquid Boon, water damage dealt up by 30% and 20% agility Fleetfoot for 60 seconds. So pretty good sub weapon for a PvP, but the stats are not that good, and it is a staff. So where do you realistically gonna use it? Maybe on Rion, but then you have the problem of Rion doesn't have a really good main hand weapon at his disposal. The best water main hand weapons in PvP are Silver Snow Claw. This is a one-hand sword, and Subjugation Spear. This is a spear. So Yeah, you could use this weapon on a one-hand sword user or a spear user, but the stats are not that great, and I personally, I think I would rather go for the Umbrella, the summer Akeha weapon, which has 15% crit and 20% fleet foot, but yeah, it's an okay weapon, not that great. Then we have Fabled Weapon, Noelle, in a pretty hot costume. She has, when you look at her stats, you might think, okay, this is a pretty good DPS unit because her attack is in the 8,000s. And, but she's a support. She's a pretty good support unit. Her skill is a bit of damage, you know, in total it's 690%. This is okay. It's skill gauge C as well, so you might have a double CS here before knockdown too, like Saryu we saw in just a few seconds ago. And she decreases defense by 30% for 30 seconds and increases all allies' fire damage by 30% for 30 seconds as well, when she is a fire affinity, when she has a fire affinity main hand weapon. So pretty good support unit, comparable to Fractured Akeha. And if you rather want to use Yuletide Akeha in Subjugation, you can use this Noelle as the Fractured Akeha portion, and she is a pretty good support unit for fire teams. Then she has Valiance, 20% attack up for all allies. This is huge. I mean, this is one of the reasons why her attack is so high, but it's not only to herself, but to the whole team. So that is a big plus. This is a big plus for her as a support unit. And then she has this Blaze Worth, giving everyone 40% more stats when they have fire affinity main hand weapon, fire affinity weapons equipped, for the whole party. This helps out, not that much, but at least it's something. Okay, boost that stats a little bit more. And her third passive is Resilience, not that great, but not awful either. Her Debris is 10% Vigor, so it's pretty okay-ish. Overall, this unit is good, okay? When we have like Saryu for the best water support, Noelle is up close to the best fire support. I would argue that Bloodless F66X is a bit better than Noelle, but she's close. She's really close. And when we have a look at her weapon, this is pretty good as well. It's like a copycat from Fractured Akeha too. So the first skill is inflicting Crush on the enemy, 15% more damage from fire attacks for 30 seconds. And the second ability is Render, 30% defense down for 30 seconds. The abilities are pretty good. Blaze Boon, 30% more damage when fire, and Blaze Haste, and your skill cooldowns, they hasten up by 10% when you have a fire affinity main hand weapon equipped. This is pretty good, okay? This is actually, I would say, this is the best weapon out of the batch. It's only for fire, unfortunately, but you know, at this state of the game, you have to specialize. You have to have some specialized weapons in each affinity, and this is a pretty good example of a specialized weapon. When you run your fire teams in Subjugation, you can pass this weapon if you have that in your inventory. And then the last character of the batch is Fabled Assassin, the Akeha, Snow White version of SINoALICE, and she is the DPS of this batch. Her stats are comparable to Noelle. Noelle had 8,500 and Akeha had 8,900. It's only a couple tenths short of 9,000, which is in the realm of abyssal units, okay? And she doesn't have the disadvantage of the increased skill cooldowns. So let's have a look at her kit. Gauge level B, so possible to do a double CS inside knockdown of Subjugation. And she has 400% damage to one enemy 4 times, so this is 1,600. But if she is a fire affinity, she deals 50% more damage. So that increases to 2,400. This is the highest multiplier we have in the game. And this Akeha, she hits hard. Okay, she hits hard. Her abilities are bigger, 25%. That's why her stats in attack is so high. Then she has this Blaze Drive. This really comes in handy lately. We saw it with Celeb Yuri, Celeb Marie. Both had this 100% stat increase of attack, and their attacks, they are pretty high as well. So Blaze Drive, awesome as well. Blaze Drive, awesome, not only because we have the Lotus, the EX weapon of Akeha as a fire weapon. This would be one of the best sub-weapons for this Akeha here. And then we have Subjugation Greatsword, is also fire affinity. So she really takes advantage of this ability here, and her fat passive is actually quite juicy. Ambush critical rate up by 50%, so she starts at 27 with rank bonus, 27% crit rate, and it's pretty easy from here to build her up to 100% with half a set bonus. And this is huge, okay? Without any crit rate up weapons as sub or main hand, this is actually pretty good. Her debris is probably the worst one out of the batch. Ambush crit rate up by 5%. We don't really need this. Yeah, Akeha is good. Akeha is pretty good. She's a very reasonable DPS unit. And then we have the Great Sword of Justice, the last weapon of the batch. It has a Blitz. This is 100% times 5. This is on EX level, okay? 500% damage on a weapon skill is awesome, especially when the cooldown is only 20 seconds. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. But unfortunately, the second skill is not that great. It's a self-buff, 30% attack up for 30 seconds with only 150% damage. Yeah, it's not hitting really hard here. The abilities are good. Again, Blaze Boon, fire damage dealt up by 30% and Vigor 15% attack up. That's why the weapon has pretty good attack, 3,600. You can't say bad things about this. And then we have it, okay? This is the batch. Is it worth it to pull? I mean, if you're a fan of SINoALICE and you really like the costumes, I mean, just take a look. I mean, these look so sick, okay? These look awesome. I mean, Saryu, great. Then we have Noelle, also pretty great costume. Take pictures, save that as a wallpaper, and yeah, move on with your life, okay? And then we have Akeha Snow White. I mean, the costumes are sick, okay? These are probably the best looking costumes we ever had in the game. These are good characters, okay? If you need a good support for water, go for it. Saryu is the best we have. If you need a good support for fire, go for it. Noelle is probably the best we have. She's really close to the top at least. And if you really like a DPS Akeha costume, because as of right now we don't really have anything in the game for her, yeah, go for it. She's awesome. The only problem I have personally is I have already achieved triple S10 with my water team. I'm not really that interested of this Noelle, although she would be the best out of the batch for my account personally. But we have Fractured Assassin, and they both do similar things. Although, yes, it would be great to have Noelle as a fire support and Unaquired Akeha along with the same subjugation team, but yeah, you have to pick and choose, right? And Akeha unfortunately lacks a bit of usability because we have Unaquired Assassin as a very good support unit, and we have Fractured Akeha as a very good support unit for fire teams. And this Akeha wants to be used in fire teams as well, so yeah, you have some sort of trouble there picking the right character for your teams. And it wouldn't be like a luxury choice from your side. It would be more of a pity. It would be more of a shame because I don't really know what unit to choose, and would mean to experience a lot with the characters. So overall, these are good characters. The banner though is what holds me back here. It's the standard 60,000 gems for 200 pulls, aka 1 pity. And this is quite expensive, not gonna lie. If you're more into the paid version of the banner, yes, sure, this is pretty good. Okay, perform 10 summons for free on step 2 and 4. You get skip tickets, you get double 4-star appearance rate on the 5th step, and a 4-star guaranteed on the 10th slot. You get Black Pearl, Insignia of Skill, Zen of Brilliance pieces, and yeah, for 30,000 paid gems, you get a pity at 150 shards. So this is pretty good. I mean, the paid banners, they are so enticing, okay? Of course, they should be, because people have to spend in order to support the game. But, man, come on, do something. I mean, just simple step-ups, a bit of discount. It doesn't really hurt. The crossover itself, it doesn't really carry, at least for me, the units in the banner to justify spending 60,000 gems for a pity. Yeah, but decide yourself. I mean, as I said, these characters are good. The weapons are okay. Nothing groundbreaking. But overall, pretty good batch, okay? And we're doing one pull here. The Unaquired 4-star character guaranteed is back. But before we do the pull, I'm just having a look at the rate. And we can see I don't have Bloodless F666X. This would be the best pull here. Abstract Marie is not that good. Bloody Traveler would be awesome. Lacrima Monsters in here, great. Bloody Captive, I don't really need her. Fractured Kill is probably the worst here. And we have Bloody Captain and Lacrima Girl. Okay, so I want this Theo, I want this Griff, I want this Levania, I want Argo, and I want Bloodless Captive. So that is 5. This is over 50%, okay? Over 50% to get a really good character for my account. Hopeful here. So we have the golden door. That means we get at least a 3-star weapon or costume, but yeah, of course it's a 4-star. So over 50% to get something good here. New animation. No. The worst one. The worst one. Oh, this is pain. Oh, that hurts so bad. Oh. I don't want to see you. I don't like that. Fractured Hunter is a defensive unit, and she doesn't have anything good, unfortunately. Yeah, she has AoE here on Gorge level A. I mean, and the weapon is not that great either. It has Lucid Boon, okay. Toughness, Ward, is that for 30 seconds? Okay, it is at least for 30 seconds. And then AoE heal on someone. I mean, okay. I hope the Unaquired 4-star character guaranteed is better for you. Other than that, I would like to end the video. If you liked my breakdown of the units and the weapons, please leave a like on the video. Let a comment down below. What will you do? Will you pull on the banner? Like I said, it's pretty respectable if you pull here. Show me your pulls, yeah, okay? Tell me what you got. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up with all the relevant news about NieR Reincarnation, some gameplay. I recently uploaded my SSS 8 run with my light team, so check that out if you haven't already. Other than that, I wish you a nice rest of your day. I wish you good pulls for the SINoALICE crossover, and stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.